I'll take it. So, I see you here all the time on that laptop. Do you work or is it a writing project? Mostly work. I'm an artist. I at home, but I do the business side here where I can't get so easily distracted. This is the one I made last weekend. I just put the prints up for sale. Holy shit. When I was a kid, a therapist had me draw to express certain emotions or experiences. It helped. And it is a great art prompt. This is the anger series. That's envy. Oh, let me see if I can get the others. Those bright and yellow ones are joy. And that collection over there is love. Mm-hmm. Several different types. That's platonic. That's familial. That's compassion for humanity. That's first crush. That's romance. And I'm teasing. Appreciate it. No, but I have started experimenting with those types of paints. You okay? Oh, the fellow over there is doing a job interview. I'm just making sure it's going well. If it goes poorly, I don't want that attributed to my problem. I would say that one of my biggest weaknesses is the anxiety that I'm just really trying to keep a lid on right now during a job interview. I'm bored. Let's go outside. Nicole, this is excellent. I teach part-time at the academy. Kids like me. Somehow. You're very likable. Just, maybe don't teach them the sex painting. It's not a painting of sex. It's an expression of what I see and feel when I orgasm. Not an appropriate topic of discussion. Not in public. In America. Sorry. Thank you so much. Yes! Yeah, that's good. Oh, did it go well? Oh, so well. They offered me a job on the spot. I told them I'd have to think about it because I was this close to freaking out. I need this job so bad. Wait 2 days and then call back and tell them that you got another offer. Okay, we'll just go without the camera. Off their own. Really? I guarantee it. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much. Forgot about the tip jar. Ignore it. Just be sure to recommend this place to your new work friends. Congratulations. You made that happen. Did I give Percy some love? I just gave him a little. Come on, we're giving some Peter Johnson some love. Give Peter Johnson love. Took me a while to admit that I could be a good person too.
Yo, I know you've been seeing all the news about the crazy stuff these celebrities are doing at those parties with the baby oil. The news is telling.
That's just background noise. Welcome to Cafe Latte. We appreciate your patience with this busy dinner rush. Have you been helped, sir? Yes, ma'am, I have. I'm just waiting for my unicorn frap with pixie dust that Cyrus is making for you now. That is right. I asked you that already. Yes, you did. I am so sorry. I'm on hour 9 of my shift, and after a certain point, everyone just sort of starts to look the same, and I turn into that blue fish from Finding Nemo. Even as a fairy? Especially as a fairy. You look exactly like a sheriff who tried to execute me a few centuries ago. Oh, it wasn't for anything bad. He wanted to arrest this fellow named Robin for stealing. I rather liked that rogue, and he only ever targeted horrible rich people and gave it to those on the verge of starvation. So I lied to the sheriff about his location so he could get away. That whole feudal system was terrible, and Robin made so many people happy. Well, except for Rich, obviously. Anyway, what about you? Have you been helped? Yes, you also asked me that. I'm the one waiting for the baker to get the cookies from the back. Right. My dogs are gonna be barking. Yeah, I'll just take a large medium roast. A little bit of room for cream. Oh, we love simple orders in a rush. $4. I'll get started on that, and then I'll take your order, sir. Welcome to Cafe Latte, where there's no such thing as luck, so it's just karma. What can I get for you? Yeah, hi. I'm a nurse, and I just finished a double shift, so I'm around hour 30 on my feet. And yours 2 days ago? 3 days ago? Before that, it was a regular 12-hour shift, so that's 42 hours up and about in the last 3 days. I've still got another 15, 20 minutes. I get home and I fall into a coma, and I'm falling asleep at the wheel. I would really rather not end my day by driving off the road and killing someone. And I neglected to steal any uppers or adrenaline shots from work because I'm an idiot, and also there were cameras. My coworker said that you might have a solution. Yes. Yes, I do. My God, woman. Oh, well, you think you're tired? Try having 4 kids. See? You don't have it so bad. Shut up. I'm just saying, you're not a mom, so you don't know what true fatigue is. Shut up. I cannot believe we're gatekeeping who gets to be tired or not. Right? I'm tired too, but you don't hear me gloating about it. Okay, so drinking 1 drop of Eldritch blood is like getting an adrenaline shot, especially when you mix it with caffeine. Problem is, that keeps you up for 3 days. Highly recommend you drink one of those before one of these atrocious little work shifts of yours. I can give you half a drop mixed with a drink of your choice to keep you awake and alert long enough to get home. And then pixie dust will help put you down. 1 dose is a nice relaxant. Our usual clientele for that are people with anxiety. 3 doses will put you down flat for at least 8 hours. It's better than melatonin. Isn't pixie dust that thing with Tinkerbell that makes you fly? No, but you will get some weird dreams, which is probably where that myth and the whole Neverland thing came from. Is it addictive? Fuck it, I don't care. I'll do both of those things, please. Put the Eldritch thingy or whatever in a cider, if you will. Have a smash and an apple dried cider, please, Cyrus. And we'll put the dust in a little baggie for you. Just mix lemon and cocoa with your drink of choice when you get home. Tea, cocoa, milk, whatever. Booze? Not unless you want a Woodstock level trip. Now let me add the Protector of the Realm discount here. The what? I never really got Game of Thrones. It's military, first responders, healers, firefighters. In the Fey realm, they're all considered protectors of the realm. Some kingdoms call them guardians. It's 10% off, making your total $6 flat. One half a smash and a triple dose of pixie dust for the overworked lady. What's with that one? I'll handle that one. You okay to drive home, sweetie? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm coming back here. You're never getting rid of me now. I feel both complimented and threatened. I should have opened this place closer to a hospital. As for you, I'm going to let you talk now, but anything you purchase will cost double for your little display of rudeness back there. 4 kids. You should know to be polite. Look with a cafe latte. Behold.
Hey, just imagine it turns into adult just by
Were you
taking a
not
poop.
wearing your uniform before now? Of course I
That would
was.
be a
It just
perfect
didn't
metaphor
exist
for how
then.
puberty goes and how adulthood is gonna be. Come on, let's go
Behold was
shopping.
really weird. You just kind of
Let's go.
The merch is new though. You've got t-shirts, hats, aprons, coffee mugs, water bottles.
Okay,
It's all
we're
things like
gonna go
that.
get a job so we
I
can
get
buy
the
a new
coffee
pretty
mugs and the
stroller
water bottles, but who would want to buy
and be
any
able
of
to
the other
adopt
stuff?
another egg. Maybe next time we'll go Station Boost or go to Angelo.
Let's avoid that existential crisis and forget all about it, shall we?
About 1 in 5 people with fatty liver disease have NASH, which can lead to cirrhosis. I thought I had fatty liver disease, but it's actually NASH, and it's scarring my liver.
I have background noise
Welcome to Cafe
for
Latte.
the
Today's special
siblings.
is the Siren Tea. It's a new concoction, excellent for that cold that's been going around, and it ensures that anything you sing for the next hour will be in perfect pitch. Well, before I give you my order, you need to know that you all need to improve your work attitude. Really? Yes, let's look around, shall we? This is a business, and yet you're reading, that one's drinking your product, and that one is on their phone. The one on their phone is a contractor, not an employee, and they've done their services for the day. They're waiting for the bus to arrive. My other employee and myself are taking 5 minutes to relax before the next rush. Well, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. That type of toxic attitude is not only mentally and physically destructive, it's also incredibly counterproductive. Cyrus and I have been helping customers, stocking items, and cleaning for several hours now, and I've had the added burden of doing all the managerial paperwork on top of that. We are allowed to take 5 to 10 minutes to relax, enjoy a good book, or a cup of coffee, or even scroll through our phones. As long as all the customers have been helped and the place is clean, I don't care. But you don't get paid to read or relax. You get paid to work. You expect people to work for 8 to 10 hours straight without taking any breaks beyond lunch and not crash? I expect you not to be lazy. Resting is not laziness, it's necessary for your health. Ugh, you're part of that sensitivity and mental health bullshit crowd, aren't you? Just suck it up and get to work. No. 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 Firstly, you haven't even given me an order yet, so I have nothing to work on. Secondly, I'm the owner, so no one's gonna make me. Third, you've insulted me. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Wow, lazy and rude. How is your business not in the ground yet? The fact that 99% of my customers are decent people. Also me being a fairy sorceress. Since you seem to be lacking a certain empathy, I'm going to give it to you. For 7 years, whenever you insult someone, you are going to feel everything they do. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. Oh, wow. Are you also going to give me a hangnail forever? Oh, why am I so tired? And why does my back hurt? I ask myself those questions every day. Hey, JC, can I ask a favor? A favor from the Fae. This'll be good. The boss is out running an errand. There are no customers except for Nicole, but she's just chilling, and I haven't had lunch yet. Can you cover me for like 15 minutes while I eat? I'll give you a free drink. Oh, yeah, sure. Go eat. I've got this. Oh, you're a peach. Now, if I just watch the counter, I can probably chat with Nicole. Oh, no. Of course, the customer showed up immediately. Hi, welcome to Cafe Latte. Hi, I need 4 medium roasts, room for cream and sugar on a carrier. I'll get started on that, and then I'll get right to you, ma'am. This is taking forever. Are there no other employees? He's on break. Get him out here so he can take my order. No. What do you mean, no? He's worked himself silly all day. He's enjoying his lunch. I'll get to you in a minute. If you're in a rush, you can go ahead of me. I'm just meeting some coworkers for a meeting.
Teenagers are just so needy.
No, this is unacceptable. Where's your break room? Ma'am, you're not allowed back there. Hey!
I can use this.
There you are. I need a large siren cappuccino. My daughter's in the car and she's auditioning for a play. Take it up with the person at the counter. I'm on break. I don't care. Make my drink. That's enough out of you. Leave. Not without my drink, and you can't make me. Sure I can. And if you keep being stubborn about it, you're going to give me the legal license to do so. Are you going to call the police? Don't listen to a lowlife like you. Nah, I don't like cops. Ow! Are you pulling my ear? How dare you? I demand to speak with your manager. You would rather speak with the Fae sorceress who makes a hobby out of cursing rude customers who bother her? No, that's what I thought. Come on, you're just gonna drag me out of here? Well, your ear is coming. If the rest of you wants to come along, you can. Go back to your lunch, Cyrus. I got this. Welcome to Cafe Latte. Today's special is the Hellfire Mocha. The essence of the Flames of the Damned is both smoky and a bit spicy, which goes very well with the chocolate. Okay, I'll probably try that later. But for now, I was wondering if I could get a fairy curse. You want me to curse you? Oh no, not me. My boss. I went to the witch coven on Stoughton Street, but they said they couldn't do anything without a piece of his body, like hair or nails or blood or whatever, so they referred me to you. Oh, it has been a while since I've done one of these. Alright, what's the grievance? So, a little bit of context. I work at a teen treatment center as a counselor, helping troubled teens overcome trauma in a secluded and hypothetically safe environment. It's run by a total douche canoe, narcissistic gaslighter. Is there a reason you can't just quit? Besides needing the money and the hellscape of our inflated economy, so long as I'm working there, I can report anything that happens to the kids. The work itself is great. I love it. But my boss... Okay, for starters, he cheated on his now ex-wife with the mother of 3 of our students, who just so happens to be married to his cousin, who also works at the center. She's now pregnant with his kid. Okay, so about 4 levels of conflicted interest there. Certainly a scandal, especially with the boss-employee power balance. He's hired a bunch of other family members there, doesn't let them control their own schedules, and they are completely unqualified. One of our teens has an addiction problem, and my boss's sister-in-law berated the poor kid for being stupid enough to do it, and that he should have just said no. Okay. He doesn't want us talking to each other about our pay, which is a huge red flag, and also because
He
he
got
pays
the
those
stuff
like me with
released for
seniority
me.
the exact same amount he pays the newcomers, and he pays women
It
and people of
runs
color
in the
less.
family.
You can be knocked from full-time to part-time without warning or notice. It just appears on your calendar. He sees the kids as just cattle. Warm bodies develop a center so he keeps getting paid and doesn't care if they actually get better or not. Training is a joke. You're only given a day if you're lucky. So those of us who want to help aren't given the tools to do so and are left floundering. He does everything to avoid sending the kids to the hospital or more intensive care units, even when he should, because he doesn't want an investigation, which means we almost had a suicide attempt last week that could have been prevented. In order to curse him, I'm going to either meet him in this cafe or his name. And I need the full name. I need it for a long distance spell like this, and or if I've never seen their face. Here's his business card. Oh, I love the 21st century. Last thing, payment. Right. I heard you like shiny things. That is a stereotype of fey people. But it is applicable to me. Yes, I do. $500? Sold. But what does that have to do with... Wait here. I think my cellmate back in juvie went to that team center. I mean, it would explain a lot. You're only taking $500? Probably could have charged her $1,000. I don't want to discourage other potential customers by gouging them. Also, she mentioned shiny things.
We're just gonna see what it.
I polished every quarter and dollar coin in this 5-gallon container last night, so it might smell weird, but they've never been shinier.
I guess.
Hello? Ooh, we've got a problem. The boss is a pig. Yeah. We knew that already. No, I mean, he's a literal pig. He was giving the tour to a new client, and he just, poof, turned right into a pig. Took us half an hour to catch him and pet him in one of those offices. We tried getting him to write or communicate, but he can't. He's got a pig brain in there, too. We have no... Hi, welcome to Cafe Latte. You look vaguely familiar. You don't recognize your betters, boy?
Yeah.
Hey, boss. Oh, what's the issue? Oh, you. Princess. Vlad. Whoa, what's going on? I must admit, when I heard the rumors, I didn't really expect you to do this. This is so beneath you, Princess. No, dating you was beneath me. Oh. So this is boss's ex-boyfriend. Yeah. Only met him once. He's something of a cleaner. Very vampire, you cockroach. See, this is why humans are at the bottom of the social totem pole. You can't even tell the difference. The 2 humans in this cafe are my honored guests. So watch it. Now what do you want? I just wanted to check in to see how you were doing. Really? Because the last time you tried to check in while begging me to take you back, I don't beg. You called me a worthless bag of pixie dust, a pointy-eared rat, which is only marginally better than your cockroach name for humans, and said that I was only good for looking pretty in bed. So, what new insults have you come up for me this century? Oh, come on, don't be like that. You used to be so much more fun back in the day. I was so much more miserable back in the day, which is the only reason I agreed to date you. Why doesn't she just curse him already? Vampires are more powerful than humans. It's like trying to get a sticker to stick to a rough rock rather than a smooth wall of humanity. What are you doing? Looking for a crucifix or cross or something. That'll send it packing. Didn't you say you were an atheist? So? Religious symbols don't work against vampires unless you believe in them. Oh, I call hack. Don't be mad that I'm better than you. It's just a fact. Now, Princess, I just want to talk. No. Waste costing your business.
Talk quality-time dispensers reduce waste to help cut costs. Better hygiene for better business. Hey Meta, play something chill. Get hooked up with Cash App Card. Just add an offer and save instantly when you pay.
Oh, come on. Ow! My hand! Fuck! See, well, religious symbols are extremely subjective against vampires, depending entirely upon the faith of the wielder. Ow! Silver always works, no matter who's holding it. Noted. Oh, you're gonna pay for that. The only way he's paying for that is clean up the mess he just made on my counter. You are going to leave, unless you want me to get the silver sword. Dumb pixie bitch. So, Vlad there is someone I dated when I had particularly low self-esteem. Several years of my life, but I'm never getting back. It's okay, boss. We all make mistakes. Yeah, I've got a couple of exes that have a similar, albeit more mortal, creep factor. I dated a girl who only liked me for my looks. I knew it, but I still enjoyed the attention. Well, you are pretty to look at. But yeah, there definitely should be more to it in a relationship. Really, I'm just annoyed that he kept calling you princess. I can't imagine why you put up with it. I assumed it was because she's an actual princess. Oh, come on.
Yummy fire. Yum.
What the fuck?
Delicious.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around. You're a princess. Yes. As an actual, with the crown in line to rule an actual country, princess. As the youngest daughter of the king's youngest daughter, that's not gonna happen unless a truly apocalyptic event occurs. But yes. Did you know about this? Yeah. Hard to miss it in over a century of working for her. Should we have been talking to you differently? No, not at all. Part of the reason I don't tell mortals is because they get, like, this about it. And also, I'm technically exiled for being a human lover, which means any claim I do have to the royalty and throne is tentative at best. Exiled. Long story. And it's a blessing, not a curse. I met Vlad a few centuries before that happened, when I was still not a good person. I didn't dabble in any of that changeling mischief, so you can get that look off your face, Nicole. But I definitely cursed people who didn't deserve it because I thought that would make me feel better.
Usually my pets have had to go to the hospital by now, but
externally based solely
in
on
like
environmental factors
in my
outside of your
previous
control, as
experiences, but
opposed to absolute happiness, which comes from within
this is
and
new.
endures no matter what the environment. Quite right. Very Buddhist of you. Anyway, Vlad encouraged that behavior until I finally broke up with him for good and started to, as the kids say, see the light. We'd been
After
off again
shower,
on and for
sweetheart.
centuries, but when I broke up with him forever, he didn't seem to take it very well. Guys like that never do. Is his name actually Vlad? No, it's an alias. Believe me, I tried cursing him with it multiple times. Rats. Shit, I'm about to miss the bus. Are you okay? I can't stick around. I'm fine. He'll sulk for a while and then leave me alone for another few decades. Alright, see you tomorrow. I'll stay for a while longer. I still have work to do. Sure, we don't close for another hour. Jennifer Charles, be safe. Cyrus, do clean the blood stain off my counter. It'll scare away the customers. Good night, Nicole. Drive safe. Nicole, was it? Let's talk. I don't want to talk to you. Shut up. See, one of the many reasons vampires are just inherently better than, well, everyone, but especially humans, is because of the hypnosis. Your tiny minds just don't have the will to resist it. Now, you're gonna go back into that pathetic cafe and feed this iron liquid to that rat that stabbed me. Mix it in a drink if you have to, I don't care, and then report back to me when you're done. Where? The parking lot of the bar down the street, the one run by vampires. Get to it. Okay, we need more unicorn blood, more essence of cinnamon song. Aw, those ladies down in hell gave us extra hell flam. was nice of them. Your ex-boyfriend just tried to mind control me into poisoning Cyrus. Are you alright? I have a headache. I imagine so. How did you fight him off? These aren't even the right prayer beads. They're Tibetan Buddhist, while I'm Nichiren Buddhist. But it has the lotus flower, which is significant to both, so I assume it helped. Also, you said I might have a fairy ancestor, which is a likely factor. Probably, yeah. You said to meet at the vampire bar down the street when I'm done. Great. I will say again, are you alright? Freaking out about the near-death experience? I threw up the first time something like that happened to me.
Give me Percy Jackson.
Yeah, alright.
Breathing
Let's
underwater.
chair here.
The son of Poseidon.
Cyrus? Yo. Get Nicole her usual. It's on the house. And then stick around stand watch. Vlad just declared war. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. Text Jennifer Charles while you're at it. They should know what's going on. I'll be back. Where are you going? Steel for humans. There's the iron one for fairies. Where is silver?
Hey, do you think cotton candy can be set on fire in the game?
I came as soon as I could. Where's Nicole? She's in her favorite comfy chair. She's pretty much gone nonverbal. I don't know if that's a trauma thing, an autistic thing, or both, but we've got plenty of her favorite tea and some blankets. And Count Conchula? Boss is handling them. Great. Hey, Nicole, can you hear me? Good. Okay. 20 questions. Do you want a hug or physical contact? Alright. Do you want us to leave you alone? Do you want to hear some silly stories from college or juvie? Alright, you got it. So, my cellmate was this kid named Roger, who somehow managed to smuggle in a jar of peanut butter, which he used to shamelessly bribe me into running errands for him. Take your time, boss. We got this. Finally. Had to drink a whole pint of blood just to cure that damn wound. You're going to need a lot more after I'm done with you. Princess, come to your senses? Came to ask why you thought to mind control one of my guests to hurt my ward. The rat insulted me. You're a fairy. You know that's not how you treat your guests. You are no guest. He's one little fairy. A rude one. And she is just a human cockroach. Mind controlling a Fae's guest into acting against that Fae or their house is considered an act of war, which I know you're aware of. Oh, please, what are you gonna do? We're outside of your domain. You can't curse me outside the cafe or the Fae realm. And you don't know my real name. We use aliases. So tell me, what is a useless bag of pixie dust like you going to do about this?
To the park we go. Run.
Now hold on. So these two are having a soap opera level argument in the middle of the cafeteria, and even the guards are getting sucked into this. I legit overheard one asking the other, hey, should we intervene? They're not violent, but... And his buddy literally
What's
replied,
going on
hell
here?
no, get the popcorn. Oh good, everyone's still in one piece. Shit. Boss, that is a real good way to get yourself stabbed. If I could ever actually win a fight against you. You okay? Wait, Cyrus, can you get my cleaning kit? I've got blood on my sword. Cool. Do not say another word. I don't want to have to lie to the police. Oh, the police won't come. I did nothing illegal by vampire standards, and if the mortal authorities get involved, I will be shocked but willing. Vlad won't bother any of us for quite a while. Okay, what happened? Well, by attempting to mind control one of my guests to hurt my ward, that's a declaration of war by fairy standards. I could have gone against the entire vampire clan if I wanted to, as would have been my right. They're far more communals than fairies tend to be. Did you? Of course not. They had nothing to do with Vlad's stupidity. He alone committed the crime, so I thought it only fitting to respond with the appropriate vampire punishment for said crime. Well... respect other cultures, diversity is a strength. So what's the vampire punishment for mind control? For hypnosis? Nothing. But for attempting to physically harm someone, possibly fatally, loss of 1 to 4 limbs, depending on the severity of the crime. How many did you take? 2. But it was a left arm and left leg for maximum discomfort. He'll be very asymmetrical until they grow back. Are vampires starfish? More like lizards who lose a tail. They can regrow lost limbs, but it'll take at least a decade, probably 2. Doesn't this count as assault with a deadly weapon? Well, by mortal standards, yes, but they don't come from it. Why not? Because Vlad would have to explain to his species that he thinks is as low as a cockroach, that he got beaten first by another cockroach, and then by a pointy-eared rat. And then he'd have to rely on those cockroaches to get justice for him, rather than himself.
Percy,
His prize number will not
try not
allow
to
him
have Cronus
have
visit you when
and
you
on the
sleep,
off
okay?
chance that I'm wrong, I will be shocked but willing to face the consequences. What is it, 50, 60 years in prison? 7. Okay. Hey, you're verbal again. And his vampire plan won't come to bite us in the ass? No. Oh, come on, guys, look. She took my arm. No. You tried to go against the fake sorceress of the coffee shop? Also a princess sorceress and ex-general? Yeah, you're an idiot. Maybe when you regrow your limbs, you'll grow some brains.
Let me guess. You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's a great idea. But first, let's talk about the things they don't tell you. First of all, you're going to say, I'm fine. Like 300 times. Spoiler alert, your therapist will see right through that. And how does that make you feel? Yes, they actually use this phrase. And yes, they actually want to know the answer. And then there's the crying. Like 1 minute you're talking about your raise that you got at work, and then the next minute you're talking about how when you were 6 years old, your mom left you in the aisle in the grocery store because she went to the next aisle to get some milk because she thought that you were right there next to her. Come to find out, that's when your abandonment issues started. And homework. Yes, there's homework. But here's the thing. By the end of it, therapy can actually make you feel better. And you'll be like, why didn't I start this sooner?
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No. And you get the latest phones.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Hi, welcome to Cafe Latte. What manner of chaos do you bring to my day today? I'd like a medium mocha, please. No chocolate. That's a latte. No, I want a mocha. Right. Without the chocolate. The chocolate is what makes the mocha. You literally cannot have a mocha without it. Yes, you can. What is your definition of a mocha? It's a chocolate drink. Right. I want it without the chocolate. This isn't that hard. It's like asking for chocolate milk without the chocolate. That's just milk. Boss, can you do your thing here? She's clearly already cursed with stupidity. I don't know what more I can do to them. Won't do it much, because I couldn't sleep at all last night and I made a lot of it. Oh, well, shit. Well, whatever we don't sell, I'll take home. It'll keep in the fridge for at least a week, so I seriously doubt Bob will allow that. The ones in red wrapping have nuts, the ones in blue are no nuts. Insert dirty joke here.
How are you?
I
Good.
don't know.
I'm raising Percy Jackson.
Okay, look, I might not be as skilled at reading people as
I'm playing
boss,
Adopt
but
Me in
even I can
Roblox.
tell you got just a
You have Roblox, right?
massive crush on one of our best
Could we play?
Damn.
When-
Don't open for about 3 minutes, and I'm literally the only 2
Once you're done, though?
Okay. It's the principal.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna do anything about it? What, your lack of customers? Turn on the open sign. No, your crush. Are you gonna ask her out? No. Why the fuck not? Gee, I don't know. Maybe because I have no idea if Nicole is queer or at all into non-binary people. Maybe because she's clearly smart and educated and probably has better taste than the ex-con who barely graduated high school and dropped out of college after 1 year. Maybe because she almost got mind raped by an asshole vampire and she's still dealing with the trauma. Okay, that last one is actually a valid argument, I'll give you that. But your self-esteem needs serious work. Please see a therapist. And Nicole's mentioned dating a girl before, and I've seen her wear a bisexuality pin at least once. You can be bi and still not find NB people attractive, or a specific NB attractive. Oh my god, I'm too ace to deal with this. But I can honestly say with 100% certainty that every single time Nicole comes in, literally every single time, if she does not immediately see you, she asks if you'll be in soon. And over the last few weeks, she has timed herself. So she comes in around the same time you're here, which means she'll be here almost as soon as we open, but not on Mondays or Tuesdays because you don't come in those days. You're bullshitting me. I am a fucking fairy. We cannot lie. And I'll prove it. Hide under the counter or in the back when we open, and as soon as Nicole comes in, she'll ask. Fine. Morning, Nicole. Hi. Where's JC? They're around. You know, you ask me that almost every day. I like their vibe. Still not asking around. Welcome to Cafe Latte. I hope you like chocolate because our baker made a ridiculous amount of fudge that I would like to sell before my employee consumes it all. It's really good, though. Oh, thank you anyway, sweet pea, but at my age, I need to watch what I eat. Did you want to go first, sir? My order's gonna
I
take
love
a while.
Young Granny
Sure.
and the
I
Cafe
don't mind
Latte
taking the
series.
attention of this pretty darling. Oh, well, that's a choice. What? It's a compliment. Don't flirt with employees who have no clean way to escape you. It's not a compliment, it's a trap. Will you let her call you sweet pea? She wasn't flirting. See, young man, using pet names on strangers is really only wildly acceptable if both of you or none of you are flirting. It's also best if you fit at least 2 of 3 criteria. Number 1, you have my accent or something further south. It's widely recognized that it's a cultural thing down there. Number 2, you have at least some gray hairs, as I do. And third and most importantly, your gender is not that which has been sexualizing,
That was
minimizing,
weird.
belittling, and fantasizing women for the last several thousand years. Wow, we're really bringing gender into this? Oh, I am so glad you said that, sweetheart. It's just not fair that a pretty darling like yourself is getting this kind of treatment. Ew, gay? Oh, so you wouldn't use those pet names on me? Ouch. Whatever, I'm leaving. No, come back. We were having fun. Sorry, you two could clearly handle that, but I figured I could end it quicker. Oh, I don't mind seeing a man act with chivalry, darling. It gives me hope for the younger generations. Yeah, the next misogynist to come in, you should call them something worse. Something like baby cakes. Anyway, ma'am, what were we thinking? Well, I was actually wondering if I could purchase a fairy blessing, so to speak. Please don't say eternal youth. That is beyond my capabilities. Darling, I think I'm beyond that point. No, I like my wrinkled face just as it is. I was actually asking on behalf of my husband for his health. See, some context here. My darling man served as a firefighter in the Air Force for 40 years until his honorable discharge
Come on,
and retirement
become an
last
adult
year.
already.
Time,
I want to
we're
adopt
both bad at
Jason
that. We
and
opened the
Nico.
Yellow store
I haven't
downstairs.
decided yet, but I'm
With
going for the
mannequin wearing
Forbidden
that cute
Children
shawl
first.
in the window, that's your work?
Oh, I
Indeed
might
it is.
just do
I've wanted to
Tyson.
run my own lawn
Tyson?
shop for
I
years
feel
now.
like I'm saying
When
that
he
name
got
wrong.
discharged, we promised that, store or no store, we were going to take it easy, be safe, and not do anything dangerous or reckless. So how long did that last? The day after we moved in. He introduced himself to the volunteer fire department in town just to make friends, and ended up signing on as an emergency responder. I figured. It's hard to put down the sword when you've carried it for so long. And that's fine. That's why I love him. It's part of who he is, and I know he is smart and experienced, and what he does now doesn't even require him to run into burning buildings. It's so much safer than he was before. He's more of an EMT, but I still worry about him. Things happen, and while I pray every night and day for his safety and believe in the might and power of our Lord, I would still prefer something more concrete. You're asking for a blessing ensuring your husband's personal health and safety, especially while on the job. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I will need one of 2 things. If you give me his full name, I can bless him right here and now. But giving the Fae anyone's full name is akin to giving them your social security number, which is why most people are very wary about that. Option 2, you bring him here physically to my cafe, and I can give him that blessing for a maximum of 7 years. Oh, that would be just wonderful. Now, how much would something like that cost? Well, he's a protector of the realm, so that will give you a discount. He's a what? It's the catch-all fairy term for first responders like firefighters, paramedics, EMTs, anyone who works in any medical field, military and veteran, teachers of the American school system. We actually have badges that we're selling as stickers. See, right there. Oh, we met some of those mermaids. He answered the call to help a man who had almost drowned and was saved by some lovely mermaid ladies in the lake. They made all the young men and the sweet little lesbian on his team blush red as strawberries. He couldn't stop cackling at them. Yeah, you are not going to find a better water rescue team than that, or bigger flirts. So, all of that in mind, does that shawl in your shop window have a shiny or sparkly option? Oh, we do sell several types of yarn that have those qualities in a variety of colors, but one shawl for 7 years seems like a poor deal, even as good as I am at my craft. So, a shawl, scarf, matching hat, of course, mittens or gloves, socks. Oh, not socks. I wear those to death with like holes and sweat, and nobody will see them. Headband? Headband is 5. I can do a vest and
Repel, clean, and protect with Rain-X Pro interior product. When you get tender USDA choice ribeye at Aldi,
Oh, la,
you start
la.
feeling extra.
Tonight's main, and expertly seared.
La, 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 la,
This is
la,
not a
la, la,
scam.
la.
The Health Food Allowance
La,
card
la,
is
la.
available for those on Medicare.
Oh no,
This
I'm
card
trapped
can be
in the
worth a
shower.
lot per year that can be used at your favorite supermarket for grocery shopping.
Hold on.
And you will never have to pay it
There we
back.
go.
Just tap the button below and follow the instructions.
can I get a scarf? Something fluffy and soft? I absolutely can't do that. Is that all right with you, ma'am? A fluffy scarf for the ward it is. Now stop eating my fudge. Never. Welcome to Cafe Latte, where the new slogan is apparently come for the coffee, stay for the tea. On a related note, I'm no longer letting my ward choose what to put on our merchandise. Hey, that came from a customer. My slogan is, I'm too ace for this shit, and that is both gold and true. Anyway, What can I get for you? Oh, no, I'm not ordering anything. Excuse me, could I have everyone's attention, please? What's going on? Go ahead, darling, I'm listening. I have here a petition to our state governor in support of a proposed bill that will protect our children from harmful, dangerous, and experimental drugs and mutilative surgeries, keep erotic dancers from performing in front of children, and protect the parents' rights to send their children to corrective camps when they display unusual or inappropriate behavior. Will you please sign? This is sounding suspiciously like a trap. Wait, hold up. Are you talking about the bill that makes it illegal for trans and non-binary youth to get gender-affirming care, outlaws drag shows, and protects the trauma machines known as conversion camps? The youth of this nation are easily confused by the gender rhetoric going on. This bill will keep them from making permanent and dangerous alterations to their body. Puberty blockers are not dangerous or permanent. It can be easily reversed in the rare event of the patient wanting a reversal, which is less than 2% of the time and usually caused by external pressures, namely people like you, rather than a genuine change of gender identity. You're clearly a victim of misinformation. I have several medical articles open on my laptop right now, all verified from scholarly sources. Shall I email them to you? Oh, can you send them to me, darling? I do my best to stay educated, but computers are sometimes hard to navigate at my age. Moving on, and speaking as a victim of conversion therapy, I can guarantee you that not only does it not work, it causes far more trauma for the children you're claiming to protect, increasing the risks of drug abuse, depression, anxiety, self-harm, and suicide. Well, clearly you went to a bad one, but that doesn't mean that all of them. Yes, all of them. And banning drag shows is not only dumb, unnecessary, and totalitarian, it's also just a short jump away from banning existing as a trans or non-binary person altogether, only in front of children. Is this about those
Yeah,
pedophilia
perfect.
children at the library? But we cannot allow our precious children to hurt themselves with drugs and surgeries or make such decisions that they'll regret later when they're adults. Yeah, no, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm a therapist at a teen treatment center. A good percentage of my patients are trans and non-binary. And I can say that cheap, easy, and legal access to gender-affirming care that you're trying to outlaw would not only be incredibly beneficial to their mental and physical health, it can and does save lives. Oh, yeah, how's your boss? Still a pig. His sister runs a farm, so that's where he's staying. We've got someone in charge with an actual conscience, and it is so much better. One of the first things we did was create several lists of resources for kids of various minority groups, including LGBTQ+. And speaking as an ER nurse, I have never treated someone or heard of anyone needing treatment for any dangerous side effects of hormone blockers, estrogen, or testosterone, and only once have I heard of gender-affirming surgery going awry, and that was due to an infection that caused a minor fever that went away after only a week. Who I have treated are trans and non-binary teens and adults who have been beaten, stabbed, and shot by people spouting your rhetoric. Ma'am, I have seen this before many times. You may be trying to protect children, but all you're doing is making it so hateful people can legally erase trans and non-binary people from the earth. Well, those people should be erased from the earth. Women are women, men are men. Anyone who thinks otherwise is not right in the head. This isn't hard to understand. Holy transphobic Batman. Bob, whatever curse you're thinking of doing, may I ask that you make it permanent rather than your usual 7-year maximum? I need her full name for that. I got her wallet. What? Am I going blind? When did that happen? When the therapist and nurse were talking. Don't worry, you'll get it back. The full name is Mary Ellen Johnson. Thief? Please tell me you're going to turn her trans. Being trans or non-binary is not a curse. However, for the last 180-some years I've been in this country, I have been collecting names, memories, and experiences from volunteers to give to those who needed them. Several mostly good people around the Civil War era changed their tune, giving me memories of real black people and other people of color dropped into their heads. A few men realized that women really should have the right to vote when they got some women's memories. And you, Miss Johnson, every night you go to sleep, you're going to dream of the real-life experiences of non-binary and transgender people. The good, the bad, and the tragic. You will remember those dreams in vivid detail, and you will not stop dreaming of them when you not only truly believe that they deserve the same human rights you do, but also genuinely start fighting for them. Then and only then will this curse be lifted. So you're gonna fill my head with the delusions of the mentally ill? No, the neurodivergent mental health notebook is this one. Although, thanks to lifetimes of trauma due to living in a society that wants to eradicate them, there is some overlap. Well, thank you for nothing, and you'll be hearing from my lawyer. I sincerely doubt that, since none of that was illegal. I'm trying to decide if signing up to have my own experiences of being unable to treat genderqueer youth would violate HIPAA. Probably. The names and faces of the donated memories get blurred out. She'll remember everything but that, thus protecting everyone's anonymity. Oh, then hand that book over. Do we have to sign in blood or will ink do? Do not get blood on my notebook. Did you want to sign up for that, Chelsea?
Still have your shoes on.
Nah.
It's just so quick.
Buddy, I know we said that we were going to meet up and talk about the bakery sales and figure out what you want me to make next week, but go home. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Great, thanks. I'll drive. Hey, I've got a delivery for the ward of the Lavender Princess. Oh, that's me. You're the Lavender Princess? Should I have been using different pronouns? No, Boss is the Lavender Princess. It's one of her titles. I'm her ward. That makes her sound like a cool lesbian drag queen. That's only because because of recent historical movements and slang, the Lavender Princess was one of her first names, like her first name 5,000 years ago. You know how she's a royal? Well, to keep the royal family names a secret from magicians and whatnot, she and her siblings were assigned colors. The Crimson Prince, the Indigo Princess, the eldest child and heir is the Golden Princess, etc., etc. The Lavender Princess is what the public calls her. She's got a bunch of other names too, obviously. The Purple Sorceress, the Earth Traveler. She was so effective and terrifying during one of those fairy wars that her enemies started calling her the Iron Witch. Cool history lesson. Sign here, please. Who's the package from? My parents. Haven't seen them since we left the Fae realm. Mom sends me a care package about once a decade. I'd offer some to you, but they're usually fairy food and humans really should not eat that. It smells like cinnamon. She is an amazing baker. Thanks, buddy. Why did you leave your parents to go work for Bob? It's kind of a long story. The short version is everyone committed treason, so we had to bail. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more detail. If you're cool with sharing them. Fine by me. So the timeline here is a little wonky thanks to the different flows of time between human and Fae realm. Roughly one day over there is a century over here, so this might get a little complicated. But just under 200 years by my recollection, which was probably like 500 or 600 years by Earth time. Well, anyway, back when I was a kid, the whole kidnapping human infants and replacing them with changelings was at its height. Fairies kidnapped human infants to raise them in the Fae realm as servants and slaves. And they replaced them here on Earth with wooden carvings of them enchained with a real life that lasted no more than a week or two. That would make the parents think that their kids died of natural causes and they'd go looking for them in the Fae realm. Bob mentioned that. Well, not everyone in Fae was on board with it, least of all the boss. She was against it largely for the obvious implications. Kidnapping is kind of frowned upon across the board. Unless they're humans, then most fairies honestly don't care. We're kind of assholes that way, sorry. I mean, honestly, same. But she still managed to raise a major political following against the practice by advocating a way more practical reason. See, mortals, you guys may not be great at magic, but you guys do have a shit ton of iron, which you were able to recognize even back then. So interrogating human kingdoms with that type of tech seemed like a bad idea. On top of that, all the humans already in Fae, both those who were kidnapped and their descendants, kept rioting and revolting. The fairies were always able to put them down, but that takes a lot of time, energy, and resources, and that's just not sustainable long term. Boss's take was the way to stop the riot, revolt, and foreign invasion was by returning the humans we captured and not kidnapping anymore, and it gained traction. I mean, it seems like the issue could be resolved without the use of treason. You would think so. Except the king, Boss's grandfather, is a stubborn asshole. You know how
Why would you put that on if you're not gonna watch it?
Cockroaches need to be put in their place?
It's
Well,
background
Granddaddy Fairy's got the
noise.
same idea. And he decided that the best way to do that was by kidnapping the infant prince of a human kingdom and replacing it with a changeling, forcing the human royalty to serve the fairies. That's dumb. And wrong. Oh, yeah, it is. Now, the boss heard of this plot before it was carried out. She could not allow the baby to be brought to the Fae realm because of the aforementioned time difference. And she knew that the humans would retaliate big time if that happened. So she tried to argue all this to King Granddaddy. He didn't listen, so she decided to let the plan go ahead since it would take at least 2 days for the team to get from the Fae realm border to the kingdom, and then another 2 days to get back. Her plan was that before the fairies crossed the border back into the Fae realm with the prince, she would swap the real infant with another changeling. The kidnappers would take the infant prince and replace it with the changeling. Bob would then intercept them before they could return to the Fae realm and replace him again with another changeling, thus having them bring nothing but an enchanted piece of wood back to the Fairy King. And then she would bring the real prince back to his human kingdom and negotiate peace. Without permission from the king? Yeah, that would be treason. So how do you factor into this? The boss is great at many things, but woodworking, yeah. So she had to commission it from the greatest woodworker in her kingdom, who had refused to do any changeling commissions because he was part of that anti-changeling crowd. He actually got a lot of shit for it and was planning on moving himself and his family to another fairy kingdom that would not be so hostile to him. It's deeper in the Fae realm. They don't really have anything to do with humans. Boss went to him, told him her plan. He said he would in on one condition. A truckload of gold? No. Fleeing to another human kingdom and starting over
Are you
from
almost
scratch
done
because
in
of
there?
political differences, that's bad enough. Doing it as a
What are you doing?
is even worse. Boss, she wasn't worried about being hit the traitor label, alright? Fairies
Buddy,
do not
you've
like
been in there
killing
for a
family
while.
members, they like killing royals even less, and she was powerful enough magically and flash adopted child in exchange for a changeling. She also gave mom and dad a shit ton of money to help them set up their new life. And her gamble paid off. By the time King Granddaddy figured out he'd been duped, she'd returned the human prince to his home and negotiated a peace treaty. The only way that he could save face was by playing it off as a show of force, a warning of what they could do if the treaty was ever broken. So he signed, and Boss was banished to the mortal realm forever. She mentioned that she was alright with that? Oh yeah, she's totally cool with it. She credits humans with teaching her how to be a good person, and it's gotten her out of the toxic cesspool. That's the fairy court. We got dropped off in, you guys call it Ireland, I think? Yeah, a major potato famine prompted us and a bunch of other people to skip across the Atlantic to the States.
Mars, 5
Been here
potatoes
since-
are in the thingy.
Yeah, but still, your parents visit
So the
two-thirds of your
thing-
childhood over the course of a single weekend for
How
them.
dare you be
Not
next?
really. See, here's the thing. Boss and a bunch of other sorcerers have found a way to mitigate that
Yeah,
a
they
bit.
want me to go back
If you
to
think of the two realms like two rivers, the Fey River moving way faster than the Human River, the sorcerers have found a way to create bridges, I guess, that allows one to go from the human realm to the Fey realm, spend a few days, and then come back at more or less the same point in time. Really? Give or take a week or a month. I don't really get it, but I've been able to swap letters and packages with my parents in a quasi-timely manner. What I'm hearing is that you guys mostly solved the time travel bullshit with more time travel bullshit. Yeah, pretty much. And I'm not banished. I can hop back anytime I want, but I'm more than happy here. And being a fairy who is educated by a royal general and who has extensive experience with communities when